we are adding much more power to fight the Tikkun Abrit or the Pagam Abrit, then usually at night the desire will become stronger. During the day, the desire is not that bad. If the desire is out of control during the day, you're in trouble. But usually at night, when the night falls down, more mashchitim come out, then the desire will be much stronger. That's why it's already recommended to go to sleep early. But one thing that I would want to add for everybody to do, and if you don't want to do it once a day, you can do it 5 times a day. But it's highly recommended before you go to bed to read. Better to do it before Kriyat Shema Lamita, and there's no problems of reading it at night, even though it's Tehillim. But you read the first 4 chapters of Tehillim, Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Daled, right? I don't know to say A, B, C, D, but the first 4 chapters of the book of Tehillim. Why? So this is what the Ari HaKadosh says. The 4 chapters of Tehillim, they have 310 words corresponding to the numerical value of Keri. Keri is Simen, seed. So there are 310 words in these chapters corresponding to the numerical value of Keri. Kuf is 100, Reish is 200, Yud is 10. And more than that, the Rashei Tevot Vesofei Tevot, the first letter and the last letter of these chapters, are coming to the same numerical value of Kuf Lamed Aleph, 131. What's 131? The numerical value of Samech Mem Aleph Lamed. The Gematria of Samech Mem Aleph Lamed, the Samech Mem. Why would you want to say that? Because you are canceling the power of the Samech Mem to come and pull that out of you. So again, I'll say it again. A lot of people, by the way, they have mistakes at night. Mistakes and accidents, whatever you call it. But there's no mistakes. If all day long that's what you're thinking about, and all day long that's what you're watching, then at night, Lamed Yud Taf, she's already in your head. She's going to come and click the eject button. Remember when we were kids, we had the eject button? They don't have it anymore with MP3s. But when I was a kid, we had a tape cassette. Remember those? Yeah. And then we were very sophisticated. We had a CD. I had an eject button, and would come out. So now they don't have it. You just have an MP3 or a fancy phone. So if all day long your door is open and anybody can come in and out, then at night, then the burglar is already inside. So if all day long your eyes are wandering, and when your eyes are wandering, it takes you to all sorts of different places, then you have her already in your mind. Then at night, she will click the eject button, and at night we'll have a, how do you call it? A night immersion? No. Emission? Emission?
Nocturnal emission.
Nocturnal emission. At night. Once, when I became observant, I asked my rabbi, came and told me, he gave me the bad news, and he told me, no more, close the shibel. No! Told him, take everything, just not that. He says, it's that, everything else is secondary. So that's when I got the bad news. Anyways, so then of course I came to him after a while, and I told him what happens at night. I mean, I had an accident a few days ago. That's I'm good, right? He's like, no, it's somebody stole your credit card and went on a shopping spree with no insurance. You still have to pay the bill. So in the real world, when somebody steals your credit card, you report and you have insurance and you get the money back. In the spiritual world, when somebody steals your credit card and goes on a shopping spree, you still have to pay the bill. So you have to also be guarded at night. So we talked about Kriyat Shema Lamita, but now we're adding this. I'm going to say it again. We read the 4 first chapters of the book of Tehillim. Why? Ki yesh behem 310 tevot. All these 4 chapters has 310 words, corresponding to the numerical value of the word Keri. Kuf Reish Yud is 310. Keri is semen, sperm. And the head of the words, Rashei Tevot, Vesofei Tevot, and the last letters of every word, just look how miraculous it is. It's almost hard to fathom. How can it be that the first letter of every word comes to the numerical value of 131, and the same thing with the last letters of every word, the numerical value of 131. What's 131? The Gematria of Samech Mem Aleph Lamed, the devil himself, the Samech Mem, and he's the one who comes, his wife, there's a whole clan there, but you put a block to control it. And again, one more thing that you add to your arsenal, that, and you know what, if you see it doesn't work, then bump up the dose. Do it twice a day with that intention. Better to do it at night, because at night there's a problem. And if it's not working, do it 3 times a day, 4 times a day. As many do it after Shacharit, after Mincha. Do it 10 times a day. It doesn't really matter. It's booked at Tzilim. But have the intention of that. And you want to be very particular of saying the words without mistakes, because if you made a mistake and you have to say the word again, then you're adding a word. You're changing the equation. Because if you read, let me just give you an example. I read Tehillim, La menatzeach b'neginot mizmor leDavid. Let's say I made a mistake and I said La menatzeach b'neginot mizmor. I don't know how to make a mistake here. Okay, next verse. Bekar'i aneni Elohei tzidki. Let's say I said bekar'i, bekar'o. So I read it again. Bekar'i. The right way, by the way, this I'm saying as a side note. If you wrote a verse, any verse, and there's no name of Hashem, go back to the verse, say it again. I'm telling you in general, anything in Tanakh that you read, if there's the Shem's name, finish the verse with the mistake, say Baruch Shem Kol Malchuto L'Olam V'ed, and then read the verse again. But if you made a pronunciation mistake in the verse, you didn't say the verse, by the way. So again, I know I'm talking fast. I know some of you are like, what are you saying? So we're recording. Just see the rerun. I'll talk a little slower. If you read a verse from Tanakh, from the 5 books of Moshe, plus the prophets and the Ketuvim, the scripts, and you made a mistake in the pronunciation of the word, if there is no name of Hashem in that verse, then just go reverse to the beginning and continue. If you already said Hashem's name, and there is Hashem's name in the verse, this is after you said Hashem's name. Just for example, let's see if I can find something here. Okay, here's a verse. Ud'u ki hifla Adonai chasid lo, Adonai shma bekari elav. Let's say I start reading Ud'u ki hifla Hashem chasid lo, and I said la. Oh, so I already said Hashem's name. Finish the verse with a mistake. Say Baruch Shem Kol Malchuto L'Olam V'ed. Go back to read the verse again. If I just said Ud'u ki hifla and I said hiflo, Ud'u ki hifla, and I didn't say Hashem's name, then go back to the beginning and fix the problem. Now, if you're doing the 4 verses, the 4 chapters, and you made a mistake, do it all again, because you added a word. So it's not going to come to the right minyan. It's kind of like making coffee with too much sugar. So you make again the coffee, right? Some people suffer. Look at it, I'll just drink it with the sugar. I'm very particular with my coffee. Too much sugar, make another one. So same thing here. You made a mistake, read it again. You're not losing anything. Don't worry. You're gaining your eternity. You're gaining everything. You gain exactly. No, beautiful. There's a chidush. Shai Olamot, the tzaddikim, they inherit 310 worlds. Look what a beautiful. And here 310 words corresponding to 310. You know what? Look at the twist here. Chas v'shalom, a person damages the carry, he loses the 310 worlds. The Talmud says a tzaddik inherits 310 worlds. What does it really mean? We don't know. But it sounds fancy. 310 words. Ooh. But carry, semen, sperm, 310 gematria, the person that puts that on the line, then yeah, you can lose your worlds. So again, I add that to your arsenal, how you are doing every day more things. All these little things, believe it or not, it might look not much, but it's kind of like putting on a scale another weight, another weight, another weight. It's not a big thing, but it's another weight, another weight. Every little act is another weight on the scale, and you get to affect it much more. It will do a huge, huge difference in your battle. And there's much more things, by the way. There's a lot more things in the battle. The more you add, you'll have more tools and more powers and more weapons to fight. And listen, this is a fight. This is not a joke. Don't take it lightheaded. And definitely don't put yourself in a mode that, I can't, it's too hard. Then you're already signing the contract that you're a loser right from the beginning. We're not losers, we're fighters. I told you already. And when you call the fight, then Hashem has your back. Hashem says, I will fight the fight for you. Atem tacharishun, you know what the verse says, Hashem ilachem lachem v'atem tacharishun. Hashem will fight your war, you just stand quiet. But you have to do the first few steps, And you have to show the Kadosh Baruch Hu the desire that I want to. I want to battle it. And you fight, Hashem will make you successful.